Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So there's this flea market close by my house. I think I went to once in the past, and then last week I went with Beth. Looked around for a while, bought some things that I ended up trading in for a profit um, for other games, and I decided to go back in this week. I met up with my buddy Jordan. What's up, Jordan? And we looked around, and there was a movie I was looking for, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. So it's not very exciting, though, mind you. So I picked up some stuff. Some of it's for trade, some of it I'm going to sell, some of it I'm going to keep. Um, the one thing that I think I was extremely surprised to find was Japanese Sega Saturn games. He only had two of them. He had King of Fighters 96 and 97. I quickly looked at my stuff to see what I owned because I couldn't remember which one I owned. And I owned 96. Luckily, I bought 97 and then walked away and then looked it up and realized I had 96 already, so I didn't buy that. Um, this is in mint condition. It has the spine card in it and this little protective thing. He charged me $5, so not bad. He said he has some more at home for the Dreamcast and for the Saturn, so he was going to bring them next week. So I'll have to swing off to the flea market again next week to see what he brings. There's this other guy who charges $1 for DVDs and video games, so he was there. I saw him last week and bought some games for him that I had, traded in, and he said, "Oh yeah, I didn't bring any games this time, but I'll bring them next week for you." So I'll have to go back next week and go back to these two vendors. But for $5, this is pretty cool because I'm a Saturn guy. I love Saturn imports. I use my Action Replay 4-in-1 to play them. So this is great. I know there's a couple fighting games that don't work with that as the RAM cartridge. I hope this isn't one of them. I also picked up, and these are just for trade, really. I'm gonna swap these out and stuff. MX versus ATV Reflex. This was $2. This is like $24 right now in GameStop used. So I'm sure I can finagle something and figure out a way to trade this and get a little more than what I paid. And this was $1. This looks actually pretty good, but I don't have a 3DS. This is Adventure Time: The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. This is a cute little show. I've watched it before, and I've played some of the Wii U games. This was $1, so I'll end up trading that or whatever. This I picked up for $1, and it goes for about 20. So I'll probably sell this on eBay or something. Resident Evil Dead Aim. This guy had this. I just happened. So I did like 3 or 4 laps around this whole place. So I was there for like 2.5 hours, and I looked through all these DVDs, looking for this movie I want. And I come across this guy who's got movies, but he also has a PlayStation 2 game, just one, and maybe one or two. And it just stands out to me for some reason. And I'm like, Resident Evil. I'm like, oh, this is the one with the light gun. So for $1, I picked this up. It's in okay shape. There are some scratches. It's not complete. It doesn't have a booklet, so that sucks. But I figured even if I get $15 for it, I only paid $1. Yeah, and someone will hopefully enjoy it. I want to pass it on to somebody who's a Resident Evil fan. So while I was there, there's this other booth that has games for $5 and movies for $1. But most of the movies are sun faded or water damaged. This was brand new. It wasn't sun faded or water damaged, and I'm a big Christopher Lambert fan. So for $1, I picked up Fortress. I've seen this in the past. I don't remember it, but I remember it was good. They did make a sequel. I don't think that one was as good. Ever since I saw like Highlander and Nirvana, I love Christopher Lambert. So anytime there's a movie of his that's like really cheap, I pick it up. Like I said, it's sealed. It has a Walmart sticker on it still for 5.88. So for $1, I did okay. There are some 2 and 3 packs of this with other sci-fi movies, but they didn't have that there. They just had this. So this is the movie I went there looking for. I looked through everybody's DVD bins for like the longest time. I'm finally about to leave. My buddy Jordan and I are saying goodbye, and I just look again at the same booth where I got the Christopher Lambert film, and I happen to see what I was looking for. But again, it's really sun damaged, it's really water damaged. I couldn't remember what booth it was in from last week, so I went to every booth. I'm looking through stuff twice. It was very annoying, but at the end, we're about to leave, and I see it. Brand new sealed, water damage. The case is like ripping off, sun faded, all bubbly. Amityville 3D. So this is not on Blu-ray yet. I think. Oh no, it is. It is in the trilogy pack, which has Amityville 1, 2, and 3D. Um, the I put it in a brand new case, but it's just bubbly. There's like some water damage and sun fading to it. Um, not the greatest condition, but again, it was $1. It was brand new, but it was just beat up from the elements. So I used to live close by Amityville. My friend Tom from Tattoo Frenzy is still in Amityville, his tattoo shop. So I always like seeing the Amityville films. I really like one. The remake with Ryan Reynolds was pretty. Was it Ryan Reynolds? Was pretty good. Um, I prefer the original, but I never saw this one, and it says 3D, and that sounded kind of fun, even though I know it's not a 3D film here. So for $1, and it took me so long to find it today. Like you wouldn't believe how many booths I went to just scavenging through DVDs. So when I found it, I was like elated. So Amityville 3D, I'll let you know how it is. But that's it. So I got some trade fodder, got some games to sell, and movies I wanted. So yeah, tell me if you guys have seen any of those or played any of those and what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.